tight spots. We most certainly get in tight spots. There's no way around it. Living in this world, there's all kinds of things that happen to us. And do you know just how much we spend time problem solving? We spend a lot of time problem solving. Even in counseling, our counselors' bread and butter is problem solving. We like to problem solve. But we are out of step when we do that because man's wisdom is God's foolishness. He made us pretty wise because wisdom comes from Him, intelligence comes from Him, and we use it every day. But sometimes we can get so reliant on our ability to think that we don't stop to ask, God, I wonder what you are doing right here. And since we don't know, we need to ask, what do I do with this? Sometimes I have spoken to young people, early 20s or so, and they have so much anxiety about not knowing things and also feeling like they can't show that they don't know things. Somewhere, the idea is I should know because I'm an adult. Maybe I thought that way too. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago. But the thought of this self reliance on our intelligence or our age or something that makes us think that we should know, these are a bit of a trap of sorts because there are some things that God uses to actually talk to us, to get our attention, to help us focus on something else that He wants to show us. That's part of the equation too. So if we miss that and we just lean into our problem solving, the likelihood is that we're going to miss some things and end up being frustrated if there is this thing that God is trying to actually show us. Anxiety and fear are just real natural human emotions, and it makes you think about why we have them, right? If they're natural, why do we have them? And why are we told not to have it if we naturally have it? Well, one way of thinking about it is it's a way to anchor us. It's a way to humble us and a way to make us go back before the throne and ask God, Lord, what is this? What should I do with it? I said it in a really simple way because I think it actually is that simple. But let's face it, sometimes we don't like to know or hear what He has to say because it's going to require something of us, maybe something we don't want to do. That's when we can loop back into the dread of things and the why of things and maybe even the doubt of things to learn to rely on not our own strength and our own intelligence, our past successes and our past experience with being able to figure things out and to always be like a child before the Lord. I chuckle because a friend of mine, when we would be talking about age, he would say, well, a newborn baby is old to a baby that's in the womb. So the perspective of us being adults and maybe even having our own children, etc., we can think that we should have it all figured out. But God never said that. Humans say that. Learning how to be a child before the Lord is a beautiful thing. Being able to say, I am your daughter, I am your son, and assuming the posture of that, sitting at His feet and just resting there is, I believe, what we are to do. And when anxiety rises, it's really good to start verbally professing and proclaiming His works. You can profess them on a grand scale, looking at nature, looking at all of His creations, the creation of the human body. And you can also bring it down just to you, what He's done for you over your lifetime. That's one of the best things to do when we are feeling anxious is to profess and proclaim not just in your mind, but out of your mouth. Walk it and speak it. Walk it and proclaim it. And just really become adamant about remembering those things. I think about Jesus and him knowing what his assignment was to come. And even with him knowing, he still bled drops of blood in his grief, sadness, disappointment, overwhelming grief. But he was feeling deep despair, even when he knew what his assignment was. Say that to say, we are going to experience really tough emotions, anxiety being one of them. It's easier to talk about it when you're not in the midst of a struggle, I admit. When you're in the midst of a struggle, these words can feel cold and out of touch. I know they can, but it's not coming from that place of coldness. It's coming from the desire to just speak something in those dark spaces that we get into, because I have confidence that we will make it out of it. But it's going to take us giving up something of ourselves to do it. Sometimes we're looking for the lifeline first to get out of it. But sometimes it's us just choosing to believe even when we can't see, or choosing to say, I don't know why, I don't like it, but I'm gonna follow you anyway. It's just doing that. But let's face it, sometimes we don't like to know or hear what he has to say because it's gonna require something of us. That's when we can loop back into the dread of things and the why of things and maybe even the doubt of things. I know I'm guilty of that. I often say I throw temper tantrums. I try not to throw as many now, but I certainly have been known to throw some really good ones. So if you're on this side, just know you're not by yourself. After speaking with so many people in the counseling sense, it's that I find that people, including myself at times, have gotten really stuck on wanting God to give the break first. But if we can remember to say, okay, God, you created everything, and what you created is perfect. Now, we have messed it up as people, but what you created was perfect, is perfect. So I am going to sit at your feet until you tell me what the exact next step is. And being able to just humble ourselves as grown and as intelligent as we are and put that all aside and become like little children, then we will have that anxiety tended to, and God will whisper, my child, you are okay with me. I have a plan for you. Just sit right here. Don't talk to anybody about it. Just talk to me, and I'll show you. This is In His Name Meditation Ministry for Christians who are looking for a biblical and practical way to exercise their faith and their mental health wellness journey. Please do subscribe so you will be notified when a new episode is uploaded. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thanks again for stopping by, and I look forward to spending time with you next time. Bye for now.